What's up mga kapadres? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Mike of Padres, and this is the channel where we do reviews, unboxing videos on toys, sneakers, and collectibles. So before we get into the item that we'll be reviewing today, I'd like to give a big shout out and a big thank you to my aunt in the States, Tita Bell. Also, I'd like to greet her a happy birthday and feel better soon din. Before we get into the details of the box and the figures of this 2-pack action figure, I'd like to say that this is actually a last year's release from Mcfarlane DC Multiverse. However, I really love this 2-pack and sobrang nagustuhan ko siya that I decided to preserve it as long as I can. I wouldn't be removing it out of its box. But since I'd like to play with the figs and check them out and share details with you guys, eto na, I've decided to unbox them and show all the details that I can. So, with no further ado, let's get into it. So, for where this was purchased, since this was gifted to me by my aunt in the States, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's a Big Bad Toy Store or Target, I'm not really sure, but here in the Philippines, this was available in Shopee, all over Shopee, different shops, and especially, of course, Mcfarlane official store in Shopee and Lazada. So, the price of this, I think, was around 2,000 plus in pesos, 2,999 or 2,500. Since it was from last year, I can no longer remember. And so, for the details of the box, up front, we have DC Multiverse, Batman, Earth -1, and Superman. Of course, this is Bruce Wayne or Batman, which we'll get into a bit later on. Let's check out the side of the box. Again, DC Multiverse, Batman, Earth -1, and Superman. Mcfarlane Toys, logo here. Usual stuff on the bottom. On the other side, Dark Knight's Metal, Batman, Earth -1, and Superman in big font sa top. And for the most important part of the box is the back. And here we have that again. Batman, Earth, Superman. And for the picture on the back, it's actually one of the possible poses for the figs, not exactly art from the comics. And then here, usual stuff here, and then you have here, I think this was the Todd version of Batman, and then Red Sun Superman, which we also have a video of that figure. It's this one. You can check a card in the upper right corner of the screen. Also show a thumbnail of that. And then we have here the Drowned, which I don't have personally. I also don't have this one. I'll try to purchase it, even if it's an old release. And this is Damian Wayne, and then this one is Thomas Wayne, which I think I have here. I'm yet to open that and yet to do a review. One of the most hype action figures of Mcfarlane. So, let's open it. So finally, we have them out of the box. First up, we'll check the accessories that came with the figures. So first up, we have here the tradable cards or the collectible cards, which in my opinion are kind of a lackluster or kind of a downgrade in quality. I know this was last year's release, but of course I'm comparing it to the other cards that came in the other figures that I have from Mcfarlane, and these are rather soft compared to one of the OGs, which was for example this guy from the animated soups, which we also have a short video of. Really hard, parang hardwood classics from NBA cards. So, but that's okay. So for the cards, they came with pictures of the figures and not of the actual source material. So let's start with the Superman one. So on the front, they look different, of course, but on the back, on the right, you can see there's no source here. So basically, it's a origin story of Superman, his height and weight, real name, yada yada. And then we have here, of course, my favorite part of the 2-pack, which is the Devastator. Data file, real name, Bruce Wayne, height 6'10". Of course, he's taller and bigger, stronger now that he's transformed. The Devastator, that's why 6'10". Weight is 915 pounds or 415 kilograms. If you want to read, pause. So it's kind of the gist of the origin story of the Devastator. Just to share, this Batman and Superman, this is actually for me the good guy, or he's the good guy in his Earth or his universe or multiverse, and this is the Superman that actually went nuts. Sa OG na story, diba? Batman always has a contingency plan for everything, and same applies to the Justice League members. If anyone goes crazy or gets possessed by a villain, Bruce always has a contingency plan to take them down. Like, for example, with Superman, his weakness, which is magic and especially kryptonite. So, of course, Batman, he always has kryptonite in his utility belt. For this Earth, Batman's worst nightmare or his fear had come to life, where Superman just went on a rampage. So to stop him, fought him head on. I think he even lost an arm in this comics. And then for his last resort, he injected himself with a serum that gave him powers of Doomsday, hence him becoming a Doomsday himself, who became to known as the Devastator. So that's what's really deadly about this Doomsday, because it's basically Batman with his wits and additional powers that makes him even stronger than Superman. So he takes down this Superman, this evil Superman, and then of course eventually joins the Dark Knights. So let's move on to the other stuff. Moving on with the accessories, which is the two basic DC Multiverse stands. So let's put it on here. Superman. Oh, and by the way, we have detailed videos of the single versions of Superman 1000, this guy, and of course we also have the Devastator, which was done by Padres. And for the last accessory that came with this 2-pack, this is really kind of a miniature but really cool looking, really nice paint diorama. Take a closer look. And so basically I think it's a part of the battleground of where Superman and Devastator is fighting. Of course, the ground would shatter, and gnarly looking spike that looks like anytime will be impaling Supes, because of course Devastator wins. So for the details of the diorama, I'm not sure how you can exactly place the figures on it, because there's no actual pegs. If you guys know, please feel free and leave a comment down below. There's a hole here, you can see that, which I think is supposed to have something of a stand that can make either Superman or Devastator stand. But nothing came else with the package or the box, so I'm not exactly sure. So for me personally, I just use it as a part of the display and do poses like fighting poses. You can try to stand Devastator there, where he actually perfectly balances, which is nice. And use a flight stand for Superman and put them in a fighting pose. So yeah. And let's get on to the details of the figures. So for Superman, he's actually exactly the same sculpt, same everything, just different head sculpts, which is awesome. And of course, this guy didn't come with an extra set of hands, new set of hands, the villainous type of hand, kind of doing kung fu pose. These two actually kind of have slightly a different skin tone for the neck and the face. And of course the hair, of course, different, since it's a totally different head sculpt. Same everything, same cape, same boots, although this one feels kind of parang nakabaliko yung paa niya, parang siya natapilok sa basketball. So yun, so I guess the main difference is this one is a good guy, this one isn't. Same articulation, butterfly joints in the shoulders, single jointed elbows, double jointed knees, and this ball type ankle, which mine seems to have a defect, but that's okay. And then let's look at Devastator. Now for the Devastator, I personally like this one better, the one from the 2-pack, versus the one that Vaughn has. But most collectors, most people like the single one better. And I understand perfectly, because for various reasons, especially if you're a real toy critic. So this one, I think, was molded in a gray colored plastic, versus the single version, which was molded in, I don't know what color of the plastic was, but it was painted gray, so that one kind of had a more complete matte and a more complete and darker colored gray finish, versus this one, which is really lighter looking, more white or lighter in color. The only advantage in this one is I think the shading is better in the claws and this parts. So because this one, I think these parts were painted, versus the body, the overall body, which is not that painted, versus the single pack. So this one is glossy. The only thing that's not nice is since this lacks paint versus the single pack, and you can see hindi pantay yung colors ng iba't ibang parts ng katawan niya. So you'll see that he has darker color in the chest versus his stomach, his thigh, his feet. Overall, I really like this better. Really craggy in hand, and hefty and solid. I wish it was just a bit taller, and I also wish that the Godfather would make and release collectible the OG 90s style, or from the 90s comic, A World Without a Superman, a Doomsday. I think not just me, lots of collectors are clamoring to the Godfather to release that one. Also, one more part that I like better with this one is his eyes. So since the eyes is red, he's I think he's shooting lasers or something. It had a separate paint up, so this one has eyes that seem to be glowing rather than just them being red, versus the single pack or the single Devastator. And for the articulation, just take a simple look. His knees and his feet, how it articulates, toe articulation, and Single jointed yung knees niya. I really like how this goes 360. The knees have a joint here, but I can't seem to bend these knees. So I'm not gonna force it. Anyway, maybe it's just tight. Hands go almost 360. Forearms go 360. Really nice left. Devastator hits Soups with a left hook. And then no butterfly joints in the shoulders, just shoulder rotation, which can go all the way. Except for the right arm, kasi bumabara yung kanyang thorns dito. And for the head, since sobrang laki ng muscle niya, upper back muscle niya nandyan, dito yung head sa harap, not on top, not actually on top. This is the maximum of his head articulation. It's really nice that you can see the ears of the bat cow. And then I think the tongue also articulates a bit if you touch it. Mouth articulation. Really mean mug type of face for the Devastator. Logo on his chest. Remainder of the bat suit on his pants. Part of his cape. And tassels here. For a size comparison, currently King Shark is still the biggest action figure from Mcfarlane that I've unboxed. I do have other mega figs, but I haven't unboxed them yet. So for now, all I have out of the box is King Shark, and here's a quick comparison. The size, as you can see, Devastator is big, but King Shark is still the king when it comes to size in my personal collection. So this is most of my Superman action figures collection. Most of them are already out of their boxes, which means we have already done reviews and videos of them. I'll insert a link of a playlist of all the Superman content that we have. And then some of the figs that you can see in the background is TDKR Soups. You can see your scary face in the back, which is Bizarro. The two Henry Cavill's ones, and then there's another one that's not actually a Mcfarlane figure, which is Chris Reeves Superman. Those are the upcoming Superman action figures that we will be doing detailed reviews on. This is also an example of how the 2-pack of Devastator and Soups go along with the other Superman figures. So this is a super basic pose for photos and videos, whatnot, or posing just in the shelves of your home. So enjoy. If you made it to this part of the video, super duper thank you. Please consider subscribing, smashing the like button, leaving a comment down below, sharing this video, and hitting that notification bell. Again, I'm Mike of Padres. In behalf of Kapadring Bon and Kat, thank you and peace out.